pagan shooter back. I wanted to do a follow-up from some of my last videos. I had done a review of my wish.com flash hider for the AR-15 and for the new upper I got from CBC Industries. And I wanted to kind of go back and show you, I did take them shooting and show you how they worked out. The first thing, and you're going to have to take my word on this, I check these things to make sure that they're not loaded. They're definitely not loaded. This is the 5.56 upper with the wish.com flash hider. That is right there. And that wish.com flash hider, actually, I'm going to intermix some video in here. That actually worked pretty well. I was able to tell that it was working. I did not, all the flash seemed to come from the end of the barrel out. I did not feel any real difference though with the recoil or the rise of the barrel. I did get some video of the end of the barrel when it was firing, and I slowed it down to watch it, and it was actually working. It worked very well. You could see the gases come out the top. You could see where it was ejecting some of the gas, and there was quite a bit of fire out the front in some of the shots. It did give me quite a fireball. However, it did work. Not much difference from the A2, just this looks a bit cooler to me, I think. I didn't see any damage around the crown, so it didn't appear to be nicking the outside of the barrel there, or the outside of the flash hider, and it appears to not have affected the accuracy of it. I shot this both with the 22 long rifle and with the 5.56, and it worked perfectly fine. I didn't have any issues with it. It was just as accurate as it was before. It seemed to function perfectly fine. The one thing I did have a problem with was this, and that was when I was switching out the uppers, or had to flip it out to swap out bolts. This ends up hitting right here. So this piece right here ends up hitting right up underneath the upper right there. So I ended up having to pop this off to pull the uppers. Other than that, I like the way that feels as well, especially after clearing that out. It fits really good in the hand right up there. So it fits real nice there. It gives you a nice good purchase, allows you to hold on and get a really good hold of that gun. Other than that, it works rather well. So that would be the wish.com items there. That actually was surprising. I didn't expect that. Now, on to the CBC Industries. The CBC Industries, you'll see I put the UTG 50 scope on the CBC Industries upper. And the one thing that I would change, I believe, and probably will change, will be I'm going to move this a little bit further forward, and then I'll have to resight it again. Damn, got to go back to the shooting range. The reason for that is when I go to charge, I'm hitting my hand on this, and it's a little more difficult. Now, the problem with that is I like having this, especially with the lower recoil rifles, having the reticle or the sight real close so I can get in a nice good visual. Now with the cheaper scopes, that is kind of key, and this was one of the concerns I had with this on the 300 Win Mag, is the kick from the 300 Win Mag was causing it to come real close to my face. I could feel it. It didn't actually hit me, but I could feel it coming close. So that was the only concern I had. I'm just going to move this forward. What I may do is get some new mounts, some quick release mounts, move this forward, and then put on my flip-up sight so I can go with either the flip-up sights if I need to, or I can go with this scope. I'm still out, the jury's still out on that. I may even get a different bolt for this one. I don't know. It functioned perfectly fine. The magazines functioned great. This was accurate. I was able to get at 50 yards with my first time shooting it after I sighted it in, getting thumb size patterns with the at the 50 yards. So not bad. New round for me, new upper, not really worked in. Actually, really good patterning, and that was pretty consistent. Now, one thing I did notice is the brass is causing a little bit of marring back here on the ejector. Now, not a big deal. It's just the coating on the outside. It doesn't appear to be that durable, and it is causing a little bit of scratching as just from brass hitting it. And I do only use brass in this range. The range doesn't allow you to use anything other. Other than that, the bolt from the Omni actually functioned perfectly fine in here. Locked up, fired each round, no problem. I checked the brass. There was no bulging in the brass, so the chamber was nice and tight, good fit. Everything ejected very well. Once again, the only issue I had was getting to the charging handle, but that wasn't the fault of the upper. That was my fault and how I mounted this scope. And unfortunately, that's just that's just what happens. I was able to really easily get this sighted in. And of course, with this scope moving forward as close as it got me, I was able to really get a good sight picture of where I was hitting. I didn't have to pull it back the target back very often to really see where I was hitting to try to make my adjustments. It was a real pleasure shooting this. The guard itself is actually quite smooth. I thought it was going to be, because it has a few edges, I thought it might get a little sharp by the end of the day, but in all actuality, it was wonderful. It felt good in the hand. It gave me a really good purchase on the rifle. When I was shooting, I felt very comfortable. I was able to hold up there if I chose to hold up there. Otherwise, I was able to hold real well to my shoulder. It really functioned well. I would have to say that after shooting the 300 Win Mag, the 300 Blackout, I'm actually sold on the round. It is a very smooth firing, very easily aimable. It works very, very well. I really like this round. I can't wait to go to a range that I can get further out and see what I can do a little bit further out with 300 Blackout. I also want to take the 5.56 upper and see what that's going to do a little bit further out, especially with the two scopes that I have. I do have a trip planned to go to a range that's a little bit further north of me that is an outdoor range once they change their hours. So there's another range over near St. Paul that is under construction right now, but they're planning to open up different hours. So it will end up being a little bit better for longer range. It's an outdoor range. They allow the 300 Win Mag. I think the only thing they ban is 50 BMG, which I don't have one of those. But if one of you guys want to send me one, I'll take it. But anyway, that is my follow-up to the 300 Blackout from CBC Industries and the wish.com parts for the 5.56. I have some video that I hopefully have mixed in here. You should be seeing some advertisements for my shop, for other videos over here. I do still have these t-shirts available on my shop. They haven't all sold, but go ahead and like, subscribe, share my video. Go ahead and get the word out about the channel. And this is Pagan Shooter. I'll see you next time.